Hello everybody, this is Sabin Dimitrov coming to you with another fun video. I just recently bought something from Wild Republic, and it is actually a really cool product. I love stuffed animals. Stuffed animals are a huge thing for me, so I decided to buy myself a giant stuffed wolf. As you guys can see, this is actually quite a substantial box. And when you want something to snuggle, and that's actually really soft and enjoyable at night, then you can get yourself a giant stuffed animal. These things are actually not as expensive as stuffed animals used to be. And yeah, I actually really enjoyed, being able to make this purchase. So basically, it's actually a pretty nice little product. Just, cut the bad boy open. And then we flip the box up. There we go. Do a little cut. These knives are actually really nice because they actually are really reliable and useful. It's great for, basic combat, and it has these little small miniature knives, and these things will allow a lot of, ability. But anyway, we have now opened up the box. If I remember right, Wolf Haven also sells these as well. But, I haven't been to Wolf Haven in a long time, and long since my other stuffed animal has fallen apart. So, I guess we had to handle things a different way. There we go. Looks like a body bag. Because that's not creepy. Alright, now we can open this bad boy up and take a look at what's inside. Man, I need to figure out how to get rid of that giant box. Alright. Alright, we got that taken care of. Pull out this little tab. Oh, aha, I see it. Okay, I gotcha. There we go, alright. And as you guys can see, there's a little thing that says, "We strive for eco-friendliness," filled with 100% recycled water bottles. It tells you it in different languages. Wild Republic is actually a really good place to buy your stuff, because they actually make stuff out of good material. And I have a wolf hat that I also bought from them. I've had this bad boy for years. So this little hat's kind of looking a little bit more worse for wear, but it still looks adorable, still looks cute, and it's my awesome wolf hat that I wear with me whenever I'm not working. It's very silly looking. Wow. They have like 1,000 different languages in this little thing. This little Wild Republic. And this is a CK Jumbo Wolf. Did you know adult wolves have 42 teeth compared to 32 teeth for the adult human? I knew it was in the 40s. I did like 8 reports on the wolf for my school when I was slowly, Remove this tag before given to a child and retain for reference. So yeah, this is actually a really cool little tag, because it tells you, the different little things about the product, and it gives you some little facts. Wild Republic is dedicated to fostering curiosity about wildlife and educating children about the wonders of nature. As you guys can see, this is actually really cool that Wild Republic has, really cool stuff. And here we have the big wolf. That big old snoot. Look at that big old snoot. I'm snuggling this squishy wolf. Look at that. And wolves actually have whiskers on them so they can feel around at night when it's ever too dark to actually see. They have amazing senses of smell and can actually smell blood from many miles away. And their hearing is actually so acute, they can actually sometimes hear the heartbeat of a small animal or a creature that is near them. And one of the really cool things about wolves, look at that. Look at a big old squishy wolf. Wow, it's been a long time since I've had one of these new. Wow, that's beautiful. But yeah, as you guys can tell, one of the really cool things about wolves is that the pack leader actually takes almost a servant's route when it comes to many of the pack activities. You see, when wolves go in a line, when they are going across a territory, moving to a new territory, or trailblazing, the alpha will actually stay at the back because he keeps track of all his pack mates, keeps track of anyone who's falling behind, and keeps track of anything that could be sneaking up on the pack. You see, the old and the sick wolves and the injured wolves will always stay at the front because they set the pace for the pack. And as they slowly go to the next location, if one of the wolves ever needs to rest, they will stay there with that wolf until that wolf is rested up and can keep going. And then next in line is the beta pair, if I remember right. It's been a while, it's been a couple years since I've done my reports, but I believe it is a beta pair and that goes second, and they are kind of like the second-hand managers of the wolf pack. And then third are like the adolescent wolves and the kind of submissive wolves to the alpha pair and the beta pair. And these guys will stay here kind of around the wolf pups. You see, this would be a couple of the adolescent wolves and the defenders, a little bit of them back here, and then the wolf pups and the females who are nurturing the puppies. And then the alpha stays back here to always make sure to keep everything in line. And the omega always stays with the pack, keeping everybody from, snarling at each other, banging each other, helps break up tension, gives people someone to play with. Even though the omega seems like a person to kick around, they are much like the court jester back in the medieval era. They have very, very high standards when it comes to the wolf. I mean, when it comes to the wolf pack, they are given a lot more privilege than most other pack mates, even though they are very closely knit family. Back in the medieval era, if you try to make fun of the king and you were not a court jester, you could be put to death or jailed or imprisoned or have your stuff taken away or sold into slavery. But the court jester, even though having kind of that look of the fool, it was actually an extremely important and very well respected and protected line of work. And the Omega Wolf is actually kind of plays that part in really helping keep the wolf pack sound and together. Now, you guys might want to double check with actual wolf websites because, like I said, it's been a while since I've done my last report, so I don't know if all my facts are correct. But, it's actually really cool that that each wolf is so, so integral to the part of the pack. And yeah, as you guys can see, it's not as soft and fluffy as I thought, but maybe that's just because it's been inside of a package for a long time. It's gotta, work them out. But yeah, it's actually fairly solid construction. there's no bend to it at all, so it's actually pretty cool. And it's a fantastic piece to add to your to your stuffed animal collection. As you guys can see, I have wolves on my bed, and as you guys can see, there's the beautiful eyes of the wolf. You know, got this big snoot of his, big old snoot, big old nose, and you know, this is actually about the size of a young wolf, like a very young wolf. You see, this is only about maybe 30 inches long, not counting the tail. While full-scale wolves can get up to 5 to 6 feet long and 4 feet tall. Like, they are massive creatures. And, you know, like it is, that's 42 teeth that inside that big mouth of theirs. And they can, you know, put down a bite force of... Is it 1,800 pounds? I believe it's 1,800 pounds. Like, they have a wicked bite force. And they are actually known to be extremely effective at how they use their jaws. And yeah, so you know, if you guys ever want to learn more about the wolves, I can try to piece together some more basic reports and be able to piece them together on my YouTube channel. But yeah, you know, I love my stuffed wolves. They're soft, they're fluffy. You know, they always bring me so much joy because, you know, the wolf isn't just like, you know, a spirit animal. I don't know. I just feel like a really strong connection with wolves. They're just beautiful creatures. They're smart. They're intelligent. You know, they know how to mark territory and let others know. And here's a really cool fact about the wolf. They will actually blend together their howling and do different types of howling to make their numbers seem greater when there's ever two alone or three alone, when they're not with the rest of the pack. And there's so many different kinds of howling that wolves do. You know, like it's amazing. If you guys live in an area where there's lots of wolves, you can listen to all the different kind of calls that the wolves do. And wolves are kind of one of the scariest creatures when they do that growling, because it's not just like a growl. It's like a guttural kind of in the throat roar almost, and it's terrifying. But I've seen videos of people working with wolves and being able to, you know, help them recover or take care of wolves who can't survive on their own. And it's amazing to see, you know, how close humanity and wolves can work together. And, you know, if you're friends with a wolf pack ever since, like, most of them were, you know, were puppies, you know, you can really have a really strong bond with wolves. And here's another thing. Out in the wild, wolves, unless they are really, really hungry, or unless they feel threatened, would not usually attack you. All you usually have to do is look at their paws or closer to the ground and back away. Don't turn away like a prey does. You back away, keeping your eyes and your profile down, because the alpha wolf is trying to protect his people, his wolves. And so, you know, wolves are actually very timid when it comes to, you know, a lot of things, and they prefer to play, you know, in a defensive route instead of usually going on the offensive. You know, all these movies, you know, like The Grey or other garbage that's out there, wolves actually usually don't go out of the way to attack you. Not unless you are directly threatening them, or unless they are desperate for food. Usually when they come check you out, they're just coming to see, ooh, what's this new person here? What's this new person doing here? Why are they, you know, here? Are they friend? Are they foe? Or are they just existing here, you know? And you know, I've done reports on wolf conservation. I've done reports on, you know, how the wolf's behavior is. Like, wolves are just absolutely stunning creatures. And yeah, you know, like I said, you know, I just really wanted to get, you know, myself another big stuffed wolf. I think Wolf Haven sells a different wolf than these, but they might actually sell Wild Republic. Wolf Haven, the one I like to go to, because, you know, is actually really nice because they well, they um I believe they're partnered up with Wild Republic, but I'm not entirely quite sure. But yeah, as you guys can tell, this is actually really good construction. You guys can see that there's a beautiful sheen on the wolf fur. The muzzle is a very soft fur, and you can actually see the different textures. And that's actually one of the really cool things about wolves and a lot of dogs, well, especially huskies or malamutes or Arctic breeds, that they have multiple different kinds of fur and different different layers of it. Usually the outer layer is a bit more uh, for the coloring. They have a really deep inner layer that's kind of like a bird's down feathers, like a really soft undercoat that is kind of a lot more waterproof. It's a lot more protective against insects and parasites. It keeps them warm. The outer fur helps keep twigs and all that garbage out, as well as helping them be camouflaged, as kind of giving the wolf their form. It's amazing. Uh, like how intricate and how uh, expansive um, and how complicated the wolf is. There we go. Like if you guys look back, in cultures and how people depict the wolf, not fairy tales, but like the actual wolf and like in legends. I've seen a lot of stories of them being a very strong leader figure, a very honorable figure, and it's just amazing. Wolves are just beautiful creatures, and they have a wonderful family dynamic, and they are a great, you know, integral part to the ecosystem. You see, there was actually a time where there was this giant elk population and giant herbivore population that was wreaking absolute murder on the absolute havoc on the ecosystem. And that was because they took all the wolves out of the area like 30 years ago. And what happened is that everything was dying. Everything wasn't everything was being overeaten. The herbivores were way overpopulating, and it was bad. So they airdropped wolves and entire wolf packs into that area later on because they knew they had to save hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles of forest. And in doing that, the wolves put everything in check. They actually kept the numbers stable. They cut down on the devastation of the foliage and the habitats of the animals around them. And the wolves actually help keep in check all the numbers that are supposed to be there. If humanity sits back and watches, Earth has been doing amazing in the wild parts for a very long time. Now, what's going on with our Earth right now is that we're going through it's either a 1800 year cycle to a 3200 year cycle, where our Earth is kind of going like this from the sun. And don't quote me on this. This is stuff I've heard, and this is kind of stuff that I'm trying to remember on the spot. But if I remember right, we're actually going through a cold snap in some areas, and then other times we're going through a hot snap in other areas. And there's cycles of where that happens, where there's like giant snow eras, right? Like it's like years and years of snow, and then years and years of hot. So for me personally, yes, there is temperature change, but I don't think it's a way that a lot of people are saying that it is. Now, yes, we can do a thing to help it out, but we are not the sole cause of it. If if the universe really wanted it to, we could be snuffed out, and then Earth just takes itself back over. Earth is an extremely robust and beautiful planet that can really repair itself after time. So, humanity is not as much of a cancer as a lot of these people try to make us out. We just have to figure out a way to how to work with the Earth and to help the Earth become better without trying to take over the Earth in a way that just makes it so that way everything's artificial. But yeah, so that's what Wild Republic and different beautiful wolves like these do. They help keep things in check, and as long as you kind of just leave stuff be, you know, usually nature just kind of just sorts itself out. But yeah, this has been like a 20-minute video, and I just wanted to show you guys this beautiful wolf I bought. I'll be giving this bad boy snuggles for every night, and it's gonna be wonderful. I have a giant stuffed Bernese Mountain Dog. Hey, he's about the same size. The big boy. See? Yeah, big stuffed Bernese Mountain Dog. They're gonna be best friends. Yeah. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching my video, and I want to thank you guys for just, the constant support and watching of my videos. Please, give those videos please give my videos a thumbs up. Uh, share my videos around, tell people to subscribe because the YouTube algorithm is kind of weird. So yeah, so I just want people to just enjoy my content. Anyway, I think my phone's starting to have trouble, so I have to end the video here. But thank you again, guys, for watching. Thank you for all the support. This has been Sabin Dimitrov, and I hope you guys have yourselves a wicked awesome day. Stay awesome out there.